Hello, welcome to another quick update. It's the 2nd of January 2021. I'll just roll the news out quickly. I don't want to keep you any longer than I have to. Those of you who are going to support the freedom on the 6th of January, you're going to go to Washington, D.C. Just to be aware that the Democrat governor and the Democrat officials have tried their best to close all the hotels, all the guest houses, drive-throughs, the lot. So if you're going to go, please take food and water. If you're a prepper and you're going, please would you be very kind and take some extra for anybody who's driven many miles across many states, find that they can't get anything, no water or food. If you're a prepper, please take a little bit of extra to share with patriots who've come much further than you have, maybe. So that's that. Very important that we get hundreds of thousands of people there. Members of Connecting Consciousness are driving and traveling. And if we can get 1 million people there, then that's really important. Very important. Remember, you're not going there to necessarily, support President Trump. You're going there because you want to save the Republic, you want to save the Constitution, and this is election official fraud, the system. Okay, some interesting news for you apart from that. On the 1st of January, President Trump signed into law an executive order which was S3418, which seems pretty innocuous when you read it, but I can tell you that that's the activation of FEMA camps. Now, in the bad old days, when Obama was president and Clinton was there, we thought, oh, FEMA camps, the bad guys are going to put the good guys in there. And I guess that's exactly what they planned to do. But they never got away with it. They never did it. So now the boot's on the other foot. The good guys want to put the bad boys in the FEMA camps. So funding has been allocated to states, and this is what it's for. And I can tell you there are 220,000 unopened indictments. There are 220,000 names on the list. And about 3 years ago, I had the privilege of working is not the right term, but I did have a number of sessions with an offshoot of the Q movement who were officially keeping a tab of all the indictments. And I remember when it reached sort of 50,000 and 70,000 and 100,000, and they were categorizing it and keeping records, and indeed were told release it on the alternative media so people can see not names but states, and those of you who have checked that will know what I'm talking about. So under each state there are a number of papers that have been filed. So I just want to tell you that order S3418 was signed into law on 1st of January, an executive order, which when you read it through, it doesn't say that, but I'm telling you that's exactly what that's about. So I wanted you to know that. That's very exciting. And there's no truth to the rumours that the mainstream media in Great Britain and Europe are running, which is that the Vice President has resigned. This is not true. Mike Pence has not resigned. It's a false story being spread. The story goes that he went up to President Trump and said, I can't work with you anymore, and resigned. This just shows the desperate level, the desperation that they're working at. I'm still 100% convinced that on the 6th, then President Trump will be put forward, and on the 20th he will resit for 4 more years. So that was the news to tell you. Please don't listen to mainstream. It's getting more and more bizarre, more and more crazy. And there is a lot of activity taking place. People were saying to me that they'd heard that National Guard were active in some parts of California. I can tell you that the National Guard are already in California. They're already there. In some places, National Guard might be the right response. In other places, it might be the regular military that's the right response. And for those of you who are going on the 6th of January to show your support for the Republic and the Constitution, when you disperse, do not go in groups, because Black Lives Matter, Antifa will not attack you because there are going to be hundreds of thousands of you. But if you're stragglers and you're left behind, that could happen. So please, will you protect each other, look after each other, stay in groups, and if any sort of city police or communist socialist police of Washington DC attempt to stop you, then I want you to remember your constitution. I want you to get witnesses around you, and I want you to work as a group. If you are attacked by anyone unlawfully, then I expect you to defend yourselves. The days of being softly are gone. You know what your rights are, then you are entitled to protect yourself. But it's the police that are the problem. If the police throw roadblocks across, then you are not. This isn't a rally. This is a protest. You are peacefully protesting. And I would suggest to you that if 100,000 of you are walking down a particular road and there's a line of police cars, I suggest you just keep walking, basically. I am hoping there'll be 1 million people there. And if the communist, socialist police of Washington, D.C. have got any intelligence, then they'll just get off the streets. If cops on the ground receive orders from the communist governor of Washington DC, or any of the officials telling the police to prevent Trump supporters or supporters of the Republic, then my advice to those police officers is that if you want a job after President Trump has been reset, then I suggest you just ignore those orders. Why don't you all go off sick? It's a good plan, actually. Why don't you all go off sick around the central area? Just leave it. It's a peaceful demonstration, and I can assure you that any socialist or communist governors or members of any local government will certainly be spoken to in the weeks and months ahead. So my advice to the police in Washington DC is go and look for people who've stolen bicycles, or go home. Just leave the people to the street on that day. It's a peaceful demonstration, and it's not worth your while getting yourselves involved in something, frankly, that is much bigger than you. Right, that's it. Good luck with everyone. I'll speak to you before the 6th.